everybody. It's me, actor and legend, Bobby Cannavale. Well, you know what? I guess I should say former actor. Now, I'm just a stay-at-home dad to my stay-at-home kids, trying my best not to commit stay-at-home suicide. But, you know, I used to do things. You saw me in this thing, and maybe you saw me in that thing, and, well, I know you saw me in this.
Info? Why don't you do your job for you?
No, I'm sorry.
Hey.
No.
It's all about the songs, guys.
But that was like 100 years ago, before the pandemic changed everyone and everything on the planet. It's been a huge challenge for so many, and that's why I'm here today, to talk to you about this community in Ethiopia. I've been hit hard. When the pandemic exploded, Ethiopia shut down, just like we did here in New York. But Lelt's community in particular was already vulnerable and struggling with challenges like malnourishment, unsafe drinking water, poverty, and homelessness. But we are here tonight to provide the support that this population needs to survive all the effects of coronavirus. Now, we normally hold our gala in New York City every fall. You remember that's when I insult you all and browbeat you into giving more money and beg you to keep it quiet while I'm trying to talk. Well, unfortunately, our city's been locked down for months. We realize it's going to be impossible to have a live event where we can all be together this year. But we can still reach out to all of our wonderful supporters this summer to let you know what's going on with Lelt's community. First, I'd like to show you a little bit about what Lelt does on a day-to-day basis. Have a look.
Lelt Foundation offers three main components of assistance: nutrition, education, and job creation. And the three combined create sustainable independence as opposed to dependency aid. We work together with the Ethiopian government to determine the most impoverished families in our region, and we bring a child from the family into our sponsorship program. Immediately, that child receives a nutritious lunch every day. We are about a 5-minute walk from school. And their families take home food rations each week so that they are all eating well at home.
About 60% of our children are in private schools in our region, and the remaining 40% come to our community center after school every day for tutoring classes. On average, our students earn about 25% higher grades than they did before they joined our program. And in our private schools, 90% enroll in college after graduation. So really, our students are the first in their family to be college bound, which would create an entirely new cycle for their families.
After we've focused on nutrition and education for our students, we look at employment creation for their parents. We have a business creation program where parents take a business skills seminar for about a week, and they learn business and money management skills and trade skills if they need it to start their own small businesses. And then when they're ready to launch, we provide them with a microloan for their startup costs. On average, our families have earned about 30% higher incomes than they did before they started this program. So really, they are on the path to financial independence. And when a family graduates from our program, that opens the door for another family to join and be supported by Lelt Foundation.
We couldn't be here today without the generosity of our sponsors. I'd like to personally thank Rowe Asset Management, Goldman Sachs, ADM Investor Services, Jefferies, UBS, Bank of America, and Barclays. They've all supported Lelt's work for several years now, and we wouldn't have been able to put this event together without their incredible support. Thank you. You're still here. That's great. By the way, does anybody know a good barber? Speaking of great hair, I'd like to introduce you all to Lelt board member Carlos Cabrera.
To give you a sense of how $1 goes a long way in Ethiopia, $30 provides 30 lunches for kids in our programs, $40 provides shoes, uniforms, and clothing for an entire year, $100 a month provides a tutor that will inspire over 140 children, and lastly, $1,000 can build a modest home for a family.
we wanted to give you a little more backstory on how Lelt started. And to do that, I would like to introduce you to my good friend, the founder and president of Lelt, Andrew Wood.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Anja Wood, and I am the president and founder of the Lelt Foundation. I want to tell you our story. In January 2011, I traveled to Ethiopia while in the process of adopting my daughter, and that's where I met Carrie Neal Parker at court, because she was also adopting a little girl. While we were waiting for the paperwork to finalize, we took custody of our girls and shared an apartment in the city. Carrie and I formed a deep bond through our desire to create orphan prevention programs, and that is when the Lelt Foundation was born. We put together a board of directors to research the best way to make the biggest impact in Ethiopia, and developed a strategy that incorporates nutrition, education, and job creation programs for families living in vulnerable conditions. While searching for the perfect leader on the ground, we met Wabit Ashanafi and her husband Gurma. Together, we created successful assistance programs in 2 impoverished neighborhoods in Ethiopia. And over the past 9 years, our programs have empowered thousands of people to receive healthy nutritional assistance, advanced educations, and sustainable, reliable employment opportunities.
Now, the best way to help is to text the word Lelt to 243-725. It's right there at the bottom of your screen. We will text you a link that'll open up our auction page. And check out our auction items. We got good stuff in there. We've got a beautiful, one-of-a-kind guitar that Dave Matthews not only signed, but also drew his signature artwork on. And I know you're starved for entertainment. We all are. Well, we've got lots of entertainment experiences in there for once New York City is safe and opens up again. So go check it out. You can also leave a donation on this page to help Lelt's impoverished community in Ethiopia. It's an easy click, it's completely secure, and you don't have me insulting you in person to make you go do it. So thank you again. Thanks again for being here, you guys. We couldn't do this without you. Now, I'd like to introduce you to somebody, an incredible young man by the name of Wandi Paulos. Wandi was living in a state-run orphanage in Ethiopia when he joined Lelt's programs. Now, he's starting a master's degree in international development at the University of Denver, after graduating with honors from Goucher University. Now, he spent the past gap year working as the corporate account manager for United Way in Austin. Let's give it up for this amazing young man, Wandi Paulos.
I was born in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. I was left an orphan when I was 1 year old. My first introduction to the Lelt Foundation was through a music program at the Kolfe Boys Orphanage. During that program, I learned about resilience, leadership, and curiosity about myself and the world around me. It felt really cool to hold a bass guitar back then, but it was one of the hardest things I had to do to accomplish. Now I continue to volunteer with Lelt Foundation because I do believe in the work that they do to change lives. Plus, as someone who was on the receiving side of this program, it is now my responsibility to give back to the community. During my undergraduate studies in Baltimore, Maryland, I was able to receive many leadership scholarships and awards. I was chosen to be the very first international student to give a commencement speech at my graduation. Right after graduation, I worked with the United Way for Greater Austin, and I'm here in Denver, Colorado, pursuing my master's in international development. It goes without saying, the Lelt Foundation played a huge role in my accomplishments and for me to continue my passion and aspiration to help others.
We are so grateful to our sponsors who have made this evening possible. Their loyalty to Lelt and our mission over the years has helped us to spread the word about the great need in Ethiopia.
Hey, great to see you again. You guys still good? Did you grab a snack? Did you make yourself a drink? I don't know about you, but I haven't stopped drinking since March 15th. Doesn't matter what time it is. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. And right now, I'd like to introduce you to longtime Lelt board member, my friend Jeff Weiser.
100% of your donations tonight are spent directly on our children and their families in Ethiopia. Lelt's board takes care of all expenses in the United States, and of course, our board members receive no salary or compensation. COVID-19 has had a devastating economic impact on our community. We ask your help tonight to help us overcome this hurdle.
On March 13th, the first case of COVID-19 was reported in Ethiopia. Within a few days, the number of cases grew, and the Ethiopian government shut down all schools and banned public gatherings. All non-essential workers were asked to work from home, and immediately 90% of the community Lelt serves was unemployed. Just about everyone in the already vulnerable community was suddenly thrown into a financial crisis. And to make matters worse, the governmental restrictions prevented Lelt from running their daily feeding program and tutoring sessions. Classes and nutritional aid that children had relied on for years were suddenly unavailable, and their parents were unable to work. The Lelt Foundation quickly organized emergency assistance for their community. They invited family members to come to the community center to receive food rations, soap and disinfectants, and other household necessities. Lelt is committed to giving their community full food rations and supplies every 2 weeks throughout the pandemic, and to extending it for any families who cannot resume working once the lockdown is lifted. Because many factories and businesses are shuttered, Lelt has encountered massive price gouging, making their expenses through this pandemic the highest they've ever experienced. But we are proud to say every single person in Lelt's assistance program is continuing to receive necessary help, is healthy, and able to shelter safely at home.
About a year ago, we opened up a computer lab at our community center in Ethiopia because we recognized a higher need of education for our students. We wanted our students to learn the basics, email, word processing, spreadsheets, but beyond that, we wanted them to learn how to code, how to program, and IT skills. The lab has been going now for about a year and a half, and it's been extremely successful. Some of our kids are already creating games and coding. We've been so fortunate with this program that we are going to expand it to our second community center down in Hosanna, Ethiopia, which is about 4 hours south. Our students in Hosanna struggle with a lot of challenges. They typically live in one-room huts with their entire family, dirt floors, and no electricity. And to be able to give them this educational opportunity where they're coding and programming will enable them to find a higher echelon of jobs in the professional computer world. When they came to us, they didn't have shoes or clothes, and they'll leave our program learning how to code.
Hey folks, good to see you're still here because things are about to get crazy. It's auction time. And we have two incredible live auction items that are going to go fast. So I'm going to hand you over to our lovely auctioneer, Heather Tate, to tell you more about the Dave Matthews guitar and the special Beverly Hills weekend. Take it away, Heather.
Welcome. Oh, I guess, Bobby, maybe I can take this off because we're definitely 6 feet away, aren't we? Hi, everyone. Welcome to the live portion of our program. We're glad that you could join us. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. And I'm going to just put on my pandemic corsage, which we're all wearing these days whenever we can take our masks off. I hope you're wearing your masks. Do it. Anyway, here we are tonight for our live auction portion of the evening. And I wanted to tell you right now, I want you to think about who in your life is an absolute Dave Matthews super fan. Not just a fan, but a super fan. Because one of our live auction items is an acoustic guitar with artwork by Dave Matthews, as well as his signature. This is a guitar that he's himself selected and has donated for tonight. So please text those people. You're going to text LELT, Lelt, to 243 725. So do that now, and I'm going to just refer you to a few items on our silent auction, which is open until 9 p.m. tonight. So on the silent auction page, and you're like, wait, I'm watching you. Well, you can also text Lelt to 243725 and look at the auction items there on your phone. I know you can multitask because you are usually on Facebook, Twitter, or Insta while you're at your job. So your job being about 3 feet away from your bed. So here we are, it's our new world. So take a look. I think that every one of you, or at least 80% of you, would like this item, the private wine tasting for 12. It's a find the picture with the fabulous shirt. That is wine celebrity Michael Green. You'll have an entertaining evening as well as a lot of delicious wine. Okay? Another item, two things I have to tell you about right now. Moulin Rouge on Broadway, Mrs. Doubtfire on Broadway, and Hamilton on Broadway. Folks, I know you're going, Broadway, what's that? My grandmother used to go to Broadway. It's not open anymore. Well, it will be. It's coming back. It really is. We'll be back. I will not sing, I promise you. You can make a donation just because I'm not singing. That alone is worth something. But take a look, because you're going to get tickets tonight by making a donation to Lelt Foundation, cheaper than you can get from Ticketmaster. And tickets will be good for Moulin Rouge, for example, 1 year after the show reopens. So don't miss out on that. I also want to say you can still have small gatherings. New York State, we're doing pretty well here, so you can have a cocktail party for 10 with the most delicious food. I bid on this and was the winning bid 1 year. Sweet Basil Caterings, gorgeous food. You will seem much fancier than you really are. And you can do it in a garden. Amy Aversa is Bride Magazine's award-winning caterer. Don't miss out. Take a look at that. And that's a steal right now, too. Okay, so we said live auction. Here's how this works, people. It's live, but there's a 12-second delay. So I don't want you to feel like we've been dating for like 9 months and you said something and I didn't acknowledge it because I'm having my own thoughts. There's a 12-second delay. It's not that I don't hear you. I just don't hear you yet. Okay? So that's my very simple explanation for the delay that you may notice during our live auction portion. Our first item that we're going to have up tonight is our Beverly Hills Getaway. Now, Beverly Hills is a hot spot right now. It will continue to be a hot spot, but move back into being the hot spot, meaning you want to go there as opposed to you really should stay away. So this item expires 2 years from now. So while you can imagine going into an airplane right now, or perhaps a theater, or even a hotel, all of those things are going to come back if I have to invent the vaccine myself. All right, so I was going to put this on to show you how not to wear it on a plane, because we should all know better, people. We should all know better. So I'm going to open up the bidding for this 2 nights at the Montage Beverly Hills. Swanky and refined. Yeah, I probably will not be allowed to go, but you will be ready for a change. A change of scene, a change of pace, maybe a change of partner. You've got 2 years to decide. So we're going to open up the bidding at $1,000. This is a priceless experience. 2 tickets to Hamilton are included with premium seats. See it in LA before anyone else does, and stay in a hotel. You don't have to clean. Do I have an opening bid? We're opening our bid with Neil at $1,500. Do I have 2,000? Do I have 2,000 for the Beverly Hills Getaway? And again, we have that delay, and you're glad that I don't have a hard surface or I tap dance, which I can only do one direction, shuffle off to Buffalo. Right now, some people in Florida would like to shuffle off to Buffalo, but we're not letting you in. So are we still with Neil at $1,500? Okay, that 12-second delay makes this just like that 9-month-in conversation. Honey, 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 honey. Oh, great. All right, Neil, well, it looks like we're going to go ahead. Oh, Susie at 1750. In your face, Neil. No, that's not nice. That's not nice. There's no need for that. There's children watching. Don't behave like that. And I won't make a political comment there, but oh, it's so hard not to. We will behave like adults this evening at the Lelt Foundation's auction. So please, we are at 1750. Jeffrey, did you say? My ear is speaking to me. Jeffrey at 2,000. 2,000, Jeffrey. Thank you, Jeffrey. Are you other folks going to let him get away with that? Are you? Are you? This is the Hotel Montage in Beverly Hills. Neil at 20, I'm sorry, Neil at, how much? 2250, Neil. All right, let's see. This delay is something else. Okay. Brett at 2,500, and he just slipped in because he's hoping that this will end soon. Folks, there's only 2 live auction items. This will not be forever. It will not feel like your first marriage. I mean, sorry, just kidding. It was a good marriage. Just didn't work out. So, 2 nights at the renowned Montage Beverly Hills. See Hamilton, great seats. I would say going once and going twice, but I'd have to say that like 12 times 3 is theater major. So I think we'll wrap that up, okay? Can my ear tell me that final bid and name? Going with Neil at 2,750. Thank you very much, Neil. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so now I want to bring up a prop. I love a prop. I will not play this prop because it's a prop. But if I were a musician, I could play it. And this is one of a kind in every way. This was selected by Dave Matthews after he met Andrew Wood when they performed on Steve Colbert. And she told him all about the Lelt Foundation. He felt really connected to the cause, and he chose to make this amazing contribution. I'm going to hand it back because it's priceless and I don't want to ruin it. So we're going to open the bidding at $1,000 for this one-of-a-kind Dave Matthews. Come on, superfans, or people who are dating superfans. Carlos, thank you, at $1,000. Yeah. Look at that. Carlos, I almost made a rhyme for you. $1,000, Carlos. We've got an opening bid for this one-of-a-kind Dave Matthews. And you can look at the detail of the artwork as well. And if you don't play, you can just hang it. See, it's a 2-for-1. So let me hear what else. I've got $1,000 from Carlos for this one-of-a-kind Dave Matthews acoustic guitar. I won't sing. I told you I wouldn't. And I would not choose Dave Matthews for my voice. I think we could all agree about that. That would not be a great choice. So do we have anyone else? 1,000. Do I have 1,500? 1,500 for this one-of-a-kind. Susie at 1,250. I love Susie. This is our second time. Thank you, Susie. Susie is going to be the one that takes us home? Or is Carlos starting to feel like, well, wait a minute. Which Susie? Is this the Susie that I know? Because I'm not letting her get away with this. So again, we have this delay, which gives me so much room for patter. Aren't you excited, friends? Some of you are tuned in because you are my friends, and I thank you. And, oh, Carlos at 1,500 in hopes that I'll stop talking. Thank you. Thank you, Carlos. If you go up in larger increments, that will happen faster. Susie at 1,750. Thank you, Susie. We've got a little bidding war here. I'd call, you know, war-ish, détente. I don't know my technical war terms. It's probably a good thing for all of us. Okay, Susie at 1,750. Brett at 2,000. Thank you, Brett. We're into the 2s for this original Dave Matthews. And come on, where are the super fans? Because I see what... Susie, 2,250. Thank you, Susie. You see what some people will get, you know, his sweaty t-shirt for $1,200. Come on, this is an actual working, gorgeous guitar. So if you play, perfect. If you want to display it, even better. You could charge for tours. You know, we all have to find ways to make ends meet during these pandemic times. And is that Brett at 3? Oh, sorry. Who? Sorry, folks. Susie is at 2750. Thank you, Susie. Susie's like, sorry, Brett, you're not getting it. Brett. No, Brett, I love you. I think it's a great name. Please, don't feel bad at all. It's, this is not name shaming. So, Susie, is this Brett? Come on, where are we? All right. So who are we ending with? If my ear can tell me? Carlos 3000, because he just wants this done. No, he does. He's a super fan. So thank you, Carlos. I think we're going to go ahead and close that item. This one-of-a-kind Dave Matthews guitar goes to Carlos. So thank you. And you now are thinking, that felt like a long, short auction because of the delay, folks. But we are not quite done. We have a little bit more. I want you to remember that our silent auction items, where you can snatch up tickets for a steal right now, because Broadway's going to open. It is, when it's safe to do so. And those tickets will be good all the way till then. But I want you to think right now, how much money have you saved in 4 months from not wearing lipstick? And I apologize for the outline on my lips because I hadn't really used it. Masks and all, They're our friend in many ways. And coffee. Buying coffee out. You're not doing that so much anymore. You have lots of little ways. And for many of us, maybe personal grooming went down by the wayside, so to speak. So we have maybe a little bit of those slush funds. I would like you to look at that as sort of a starting point. We're going to do a paddle drive now. I'm going to start out really high. I'm going to start at $10,000. I hope you were not spending $10,000 on lipstick in 4 months. But I don't judge you if you were. And we're going to come all the way down to what might feel more within your reach. So if you're able, please. Because where we are here, for instance, in Manhattan, $10, $20, $30, it disappears like this. Well, in Ethiopia, you can, from the videos you watched earlier, you can see a dollar goes much further. For instance, $1,000 can buy a home for a homeless family in one of the Lelt Foundation's villages. $100 a month provides a tutor for 140 students. $30 provides 30 nutritious lunches, dinners for malnourished kids. And there are so many ways to help. You can click on Lelt Foundation. You can sponsor a child if you prefer to do that. You can just click donate, a flat fund, or you can play pretend with me. I'm going to imagine that we're in a gorgeous ballroom eating beautiful food, perhaps catered by Sweet Basil Catering, and having a wonderful evening with friends and seeing Bobby in person and hearing Audra in person. We're going to imagine we have a paddle drive right now. So we're going to start our paddle raise at 10,000. Do I have a 10,000? You donate by clicking the star. So to donate, you just click the star on your, whether you're on your computer or phone. Jeffrey, 10,000. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. And I know he would have been there with his paddle up in the first go in person too. So thank you, Jeffrey. Do I have anyone joining Jeffrey at $10,000? Thank you. Well, let's go to $5,000. Imagine what $5,000 can do in Ethiopia. Carlos, thank you, Carlos, so much for your generosity. Carlos has his guitar and now a bid of $5,000 with the paddle race. Thank you very much. Who else do we have joining Carlos? We're going to continue. You can bid higher than the numbers I'm saying, by the way. So don't feel like, oh, rats, I missed the $5,000. You can do that at any time. But we're going to now do $2,500, $2,500. Who wants to join us at that level? Monica, thank you, Monica, at $2,500. That's wonderful. I love seeing that little barometer go up in the corner of my eye. I know right now we're worried about temperatures, but this is one that we want to see go up. Okay, folks? So let's see. Thank you, Monica. Does anyone want to join? I'm going to, again, you don't have to go lower than the number I'm saying. I'm going to say, who would like to join us at $1,000, knowing that $1,000 can buy a home? That can't happen here, but it does happen in the villages that we're supporting here tonight for the families. Oh, Susie, 5,000, Susie. If you knew Susie like I knew Susie, thank you so much for that generous gift. We're going to jump, oh, Neil at 2,500. Thank you very much, Neil. 2,500 from Neil. Again, you can pop around. I'm perfectly comfortable with saying big and small numbers. And we're going to say also $1,000. Is that your price point? Come on, join us. $1,000 is a modest home for a homeless family. Again, there's also the option to just click and donate without doing the paddle raise. I want to say 500. Let's say $500 might feel like a little more comfortable spot for you right now. And there's that 12-second delay, so you're just hearing me say that. Lee, 500. Thank you. Barrett, I think Barrett. That was my mother's maiden name. 500. Look, I've just given out my password. No, I don't use that. I don't use that, and it's not a smart thing to do, people. Desmond, $500. Thank you. Thank you. And if I mispronounce your name, Bob, 500. Thank you, Bob, for having an easy name. If I mispronounce your name, please forgive me. Who else do I have joining me? And Bob. It's a great name, Bob. Want to hear your name? I could tell you a very inappropriate story, but I won't. I will say that it ends with, say my name, which is just nothing you ever want to hear anyone say in that manner, ever. I have friends right now who are laughing very, very hard. It's not right to do personal jokes, but sometimes I think we're all okay with it. It's the pandemic. What's not a personal joke at this point, right, friends? $250. Can you join me at $250? And we're gonna go faster than that. We're gonna say $250. Please come along at $100. The Lelt Foundation. $100 a month provides a tutor to inspire kids. And we all know how hard that is now, don't we? People with children. We do not. Colleen, 1,000. Thank you, Colleen. Pop back up. Thank you, Colleen, at 1,000. I also want to open this up for folks at the $100 mark and the $50 mark. Please don't feel like that's too little because, again, $30 provides 30 nutritious lunches for malnourished kids. And right now, the price gouging that's happening in countries that have food scarcity are extreme. And we're all sitting watching the show with our cable and our AC and our full bellies. And probably the only reason our bellies are empty is because we haven't decided what we're going to eat. So if you can, please, we've got Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Katie, thank you. Shaney, thank you, Shaney. Hey, JC, thank you. Sabrina, thank you. Tracy, thank you so much. Michael, Lori, I feel a little bit like the mirror, right? And Mary and Ellen and CJ. And you have to be a certain age to know what I'm doing. That was a mirror, a magic mirror. So we can keep those. Oh, Gavin, $1,000. Thank you, Gavin. He popped back up. I love that. I love seeing that thermometer go up. Again, these numbers we do want to be high. If it's over, that's great. If that's true of your personal thermometer, then please call your doctor. So, folks, I want to encourage you to continue looking at the silent auction items. I want to say thank you. It's not too late to donate. You might not get my magic mirror name call out, but that doesn't mean we don't completely appreciate you spending time with us tonight. And the auction ends at 9 p.m. But again, you can continue donating anytime on the Lelt Foundation website. And I want to say thank you. We have so many generous donors tonight, and we hope that you and your family are safe. The auction is open until 9 p.m. for the silent auction items. Thanks again, and I'm now going to send it back to my pal, Bobby.
Yo, I can't get enough of thanking our sponsors. Without the support of Row Asset Management, ADM Investor Services, Goldman Sachs, Jefferies, Bank of America, Barclays, and UBS, we wouldn't be here tonight. Their commitment to Lelt's community in Ethiopia is profound. So thank you again to all of them. Well, now we've come to my favorite part of the night. It is a great, great honor of mine to introduce you to this incredible singer, actor, artist, and human being, truly a singular talent who has supported Lelt Foundation for years. Audra McDonald is the winner of a record-breaking 6 Tony Awards, 2 Grammy Awards, an Emmy Award. She was named one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people of 2015, and in 2015 received the National Medal of Arts Award, America's highest honor for achievement in the arts, from President Barack Obama. Now, Audra has chose to sing the song Some Days because of the message of perseverance through adversity, just as Lelt's community shows their incredible tenacity through these unprecedented times. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to introduce you to Audra McDonald.
Some days worry, some days glad, some days more than make you mad. Some days more than shine when you see what's coming on down the line. Some days you say, oh, not me, never. Some days you say, bless God forever. Some days you say, curse God and die. And the day comes when you wrestle with that lie. Some days tussle, then some days groan, and some days don't even leave a bone. Some days you hustle all alone. I don't know, sister, what I'm saying. Lord, you know me. If you don't agree, I know that love is the only answer, and the time of lover the only dancer. When the lover come off the road today, the net which holds him is how we pray, and not unknown, but to each other, falling violins, a brother. Some days leave, some days grieve, some days you almost don't believe. Some days believe you, some days don't. Some days believe you, and you won't. Some days worry, some days mad, some days more than make you glad. Some days more than shine. Witnesses coming on down the line. Witnesses coming on down the line.
Thanks for being with us tonight, folks. We know the world is going through some challenging times right now with the struggle for racial equality and the effects of the pandemic. We know you've been impacted by the coronavirus, and it has likely been a struggle for you and your family. If you have any ability to help this remarkable community in Ethiopia, please text Lelt to 243-725 and hit that donate button. The link will remain open throughout the week. You look great, people. We'll see you next year. Thank you and good night.
Some days worry, some days mad, some days more than make you glad.